you guys doing today? My name is Lola, and today I'm gonna be talking about my breastfeeding experience. You can already tell from the title of the video. Yes, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's make this family even bigger. And if you're not new, you're one of my OGs. Thank you for coming back again. And so let's get straight into the video. I have a 6-month-old. At this point, my son is 6 months old. And if you've been watching my video before now, I've shared my experiences, my first, second, and third trimester experience while pregnant, and then my birth story, and then some other baby related videos. So I'm sure you know this person is a mama. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about my breastfeeding experience, and I think it's so important that we share our experiences so that other moms know that they are not alone in these struggles. Because trust me, there's so many hills and valleys in this entire process of becoming a mom, becoming a parent. So it's important to always know that someone else has gone through this. I'm not alone. This thing I'm feeling, this way I'm feeling, is not peculiar to me. It's normal, it's natural. So that's particularly why I'm sharing this video. And I actually realized that all these mommy clubs, breastfeeding clubs and things, that's what they are for. They're just for people to share their experiences, learn from each other, because you've probably had 3 kids. I'm just having my first. You know something that I don't know, and I can learn from you, you can learn from me, and whatnot. So yeah, again, that's why I'm sharing my breastfeeding experience. So let me just get right into the video. I don't want this one to be too long. I just want to go straight into the meat of the gist. So yeah, I exclusively breastfed my son. Why am I even getting to that part? Let me start from the very beginning. So before I got pregnant, my sister has a 2-year-old. So obviously she has gone through this before me, and I've seen some things that she went through. So I know that while she was breastfeeding in the first few weeks, she had this I don't know what it's called, but when the nipple peels and it's really painful, and it's just really painful, and the pain is unbearable sometimes, and sometimes she cries while she's breastfeeding, and the cure for it is just to keep breastfeeding. They say just keep breastfeeding, it would heal by itself. Of course, you can use nipple cream, linoleum and all that, but once the baby sucks, that goes off and you still feel the pain until you heal up entirely. So I knew that happened to her, and I was hoping and praying that, Lord, I don't want this to happen to me, and what should I do about it? So interestingly, I never ever had that experience. I never had a slashed nipple, I never had a wounded nipple or anything like that. And the only thing I can attribute to that is the fact that all through my pregnancy, I was applying shea butter on my nipple every single day. In fact, all over my body, my breast, my stomach, my thighs, my hips. Those were because I wanted to control stretch marks, but I did get a few, but not a lot. So yeah, so that's the only thing I can really attribute to not having that nipple peeling thing, is the fact that I was applying shea butter all through my pregnancy. Now, if that's a fact, I don't know if it's just that it worked for me, and I don't know, but that's what I did, and that didn't happen to me. It happened to my mom, it happened to my auntie. In fact, when I had my baby, I remember my auntie telling me, don't worry, hey, don't worry about I'll put my interpretation. Yes, and when the baby sucks on the breast, your nipple will peel and all that. And she was, not like she was scaring me. She was just saying her reality, what she had seen. But thanks be to God, I never experienced that. And like I said, the only thing I can attribute to that is applying shea butter all through my pregnancy. And you know, even after baby came, I apply nipple cream every day and all that. So maybe pregnant moms out there, you can try that. Maybe you won't experience the whole nipple peeling thing and everything is fine. But let me also say that in the first few weeks, I think in the first like 6 weeks of breastfeeding, I did, you know, have that tingly feeling around my nipples sometimes when my son would latch. In the first like 6 weeks, when he would latch, I would feel that tingly feeling. It was a little painful. It wasn't any unbearable pain, but that was the only thing I experienced. But my nipple didn't peel or anything. Yeah, it got lighter, like the skin around, you know, where he would latch definitely got lighter, but that's because it's experiencing, you know, latching. So yeah. So okay, started breastfeeding. My son was exclusively breastfed for, I'll say, 5.5 months. At the 5.5 month mark, we started milk and solids and all that. So once we started breastfeeding, in the hospital, the lactation nurses helped me, you know, to position him rightly, to help him latch correctly and all that good stuff that they do. And you know, they were really helpful. It took him a few tries and he started latching on really good, and you know, he would latch and he would breastfeed for a bit and everything. But let me tell you that breastfeeding is not a joke. In fact, in my opinion, it's one of the most challenging aspects of having a baby. You think pregnancy is stressful, you think childbirth is stressful, try breastfeeding. I'm telling you, like, it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy. And nobody ever told me this. Like, every time people say, oh yeah, my nipple hurts, yo, your nipple will hurt you, but that's all they said. But the entire breastfeeding, you know, thing is crazy. Like, it's an entirely new experience that you cannot just fathom how you would feel until you actually go through it. Like, it is so stressful, it is so telling on you, and it's not unbearable, obviously, because I've gone through it and I'm fine, and many moms have gone through it. Although I know a lot of people that, you know, say breastfeeding is not for me and I'm just going to opt for formula. And of course, that's, you know, that's fine, because formulas these days are formulated to be perfect, like breast milk for the child. But again, breast milk is best. Like, that's just heaven's gift, liquid gold for baby, and it's the best for them, you know, for many reasons. Google it, you'll see. Yeah, so it's really telling on you, especially those first 2 months, you guys. Every single night I would tell myself, this boy is taking formula tomorrow. For the first 2 months, every single night. I think during the day it's even, you know, it's better because people are around you, you know, they can help you maybe do some other things, and you can be there with your baby and breastfeed him and everything. But at night, when you're sleepy, when you're tired, and you have to wake up and breastfeed your child every hour or every 2 hours, crazy. And when they're new, let me also tell you this, because I was almost pressured into giving my child formula. If you decide that I want to exclusively breastfeed my child, just know that for newborns, especially in their first 3 months, their tummies are very small, so they can only, you know, take a little quantity at a time, and breast milk digests really fast. I think it digests in about 60 to 90 minutes, so they would want to eat every hour to every 2 hours. And a lot of people always say, oh, he's not full, the baby is not, you know, satisfied, that's why he's breastfeeding that frequent. But it's not true. My lactation nurse told me this, the baby's nurses told me this, the health nurse that was coming to check me in the house told me this. the baby would request for breast milk every hour to every 2 hours. And it doesn't mean the baby is not full, doesn't mean the baby is not satisfied. It's just because the breast milk goes through their system really fast and they need to replenish, and that's what's going to keep them growing and adding weight. I've said it before in my other videos. The only way to tell if your child is not getting enough breast milk is if they're not adding the required weight for their age. At every stage of their life, they're supposed to be, a particular weight. Of course, there's a range. If they're not within that range, if they're falling below that range, then you know that your breast milk is not sufficient for the child. It's not by the frequency of their request for the milk. No, that's not how you tell that your breast milk is low. So don't allow anybody pressure you into giving your child formula. I was almost pressured. Like, other people will come and say, is it, how many times does he eat today? If I say, like, maybe it's 2 p.m. and I say he's eating maybe like 5-6 times. He's not full though, he's not satisfied though, give him formula, give him water. No, don't listen to them. If you have decided that you want to breastfeed your child, they would request for the milk every hour to every 2 hours, and that is incredibly stressful. That said, I'm not going to emphasize the stress more, so it won't look as if you're going to go through hell. No, but yes, just know that it will tell on you, it will tell on your body. In fact, just imagine you're waking up every hour to every 2 hours, something you never experienced before, because it's all a new experience. You need to get used to it. Just tell yourself it will take a while, but I will get through this, I will get used to it, it will become my new normal. So that's what I just told myself. And I will talk to friends, I'll ask my friends, like, is this how it is? And they'll say yes. Like, I'm like, why didn't you guys ever tell me? Again, that's why I'm recording this video. If nobody has ever told you, I'm telling you now, so that you would know and you get yourself ready, so that when you start experiencing those things, you just be like, okay, yes, they told me this, and I can see that that's what it really is. But I'm going to get through this. It's going to get better. After the first 2 months, it did get a lot better because I got used to it. I got into the rhythm of things with my baby, and for some reason, I don't know, you just get used to it and it becomes, a little easier. It becomes your new normal and you're just fine. So I was expressing a lot. I've talked about how to assemble a breast pump. I've shown you different bottles and things. Check my videos, I'll also link them below. So I was expressing a lot in like the first 2-3 months, and I used to give my baby bottle. Oh, let me also add one thing that really added to my frustration, especially that nighttime feeding. Oh my god, one thing that added to my frustration was I thought that if I could give my baby a lot of milk, because from the breast you can't really tell how much he's taking. If he latches for like 10-20 minutes, you don't know if he's actively sucking that entire time. So I would express, and then I would give him maybe like 60 to 90 meals. And once he has taken that, in my mind I'm like, okay, so he's going to sleep for like 2-3 hours and I'll be fine. And the boy may wake up in like an hour. I'll be so frustrated. Like, so why did I stress myself to express, to get this milk ready, to feed you the bottle, and it's the same exact thing that is going on? So again, that tells you that your baby will do whatever they need to do, but you just have to keep at it, keep going. So what was I saying before I got here? So I was talking about expressing. So I was actively expressing in the first 3 months, and I used to express like 4 times a day. Ideally, you're supposed to express every 3 hours, so that would help your supply. That would help your supply a lot. Expressing would help your supply, because breast milk, works with law of demand and supply. The more demand, the more the demand, the more the supply. So if you express, it will tell your breast that, oh, you need to, create more milk. You need to create more milk. So your breast will always be full, and milk will always be in there. So I was actively expressing and giving my son the bottle, and he was taking the bottle very fine. But then I got lazy and I stopped expressing actively like that. So my son wasn't really taking the bottle as often. He was always on the breast, and then he started refusing the bottle. That was a huge mistake that I made. He started refusing the bottle. Up till today, it's still a struggle for him to take the bottle. It's still a struggle. So that made me always have to go everywhere with him. I always have to be physically present wherever he is because I need to breastfeed him directly. So yeah, that's a mistake I made, and please don't make that mistake. Your breast pump is there for a reason. Give your baby the bottle maybe once or twice a day, just with breast milk, so that your baby is used to the bottle, and you can always take 1 or 2 hours, go do something, and maybe your husband or your mom or your help or whatever can help out by giving the baby milk. So for me, I always had to be where my baby was. I mean, it's still the same thing till now. I always have to be where he is because he has refused. He's not really taking the bottle. So yeah, he was breastfeeding directly. So don't make that mistake. Try to give your baby the bottle maybe once or twice a day, and let baby get used to both the bottle and the nipple. And although there's this thing about nipple confusion, but I don't really know the specifics about it. But I'll tell you that my son started, because he was born early, he was in special care, so he was taking the bottle for like the first 5 days. I would say he was taking the bottle, and even when I left the hospital, he was still in the hospital for like another week. So yeah, I had to express and live there, and they'll feed him by the bottle, and when I come around, I'll give him the breast, and he took both. So he didn't get any nipple confusion. So I really don't know if that nipple confusion is a fact. But anyways, yeah, I think it's a good thing to try to give the baby the bottle maybe once or twice a day, so that you would ease yourself of having to be around your baby 24 hours. Although there's nothing wrong with that. So my baby was breastfed. He's still breastfeeding. He's still being breastfed. I hope to continue breastfeeding him till he's maybe a year or a year and a half. Yes, I want to do that. And although sometimes I really do get tired and I'm just like, oh please. But right now he's also taking formula mixed with his cereal. I'm giving him rice cereal. I'm also making baby purees like avocado and apple, and yeah, I'm gonna do a video where I would show you different purees I make for my baby and things like that. And yeah, I think there are a couple of moms that are interested in that, and they've talked to me personally. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So right now, from like 5.5 months, I started giving him baby cereal. So the recommended first cereal for your child is a single grain cereal like rice. So we started with rice cereal, and he's still taking rice cereal now. So I always mix the rice cereal with his formula, since he's not really taking the bottle. So I'll mix the rice cereal with his formula, and yeah, I give him that once a day now. And then if he's really fussy, like hungry towards evening time, I give him a vegetable puree like apple, avocado, carrot, or whatever. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But then the entire time he's taking breast milk. So all through the night, breast milk. Even during the day, breast milk when he's not, when he doesn't take his cereal. So yeah, we're still actively breastfeeding, but then we have introduced cereal and vegetable and fruit purees now that he's 6 months. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And breastfeeding is a beautiful experience. It helps you bond with your baby. Like, that's something that's only you can really give your child. Although you can buy breast milk. In the hospital where my son was born, they were I saw this leaflet about breast milk donation, I guess for babies that maybe the parents can't give them the mom for some reason can't breastfeed them or whatever. So yeah, that's one of the best gifts you can give to your child. In fact, I have an auntie who breastfed her baby till she was 3 years old. Yeah, the baby was 3 years old, and she's like, for the entire, I think she's 10 now, for her entire 10 years she has never had to go to the hospital. Like, she has never had any ailments that, you know, she had to go to the hospital or anything like that. She's perfectly a-okay. So yeah, breastfeeding is a beautiful thing. It's a gift that God has given you to give to your child. It's a miracle meal. You know, it does different things. It prevents your child from bacteria, from infections, from different things. Especially now that my son is very, very active and putting things in his mouth and all that. Sometimes I get really scared, but my mom always reminds me that don't worry, breast milk will neutralize, you know, anything that he takes. Although that doesn't mean that I just put my hands up and say, oh, have fun eating whatever. Yeah, I'm still very cautious, but yeah, that's what breast milk does. It really helps to prevent a lot of all that, you know, infection and things like that. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about breastfeeding. If there's anything that I didn't mention and I think is really important, I'll put that in the description below, and I'll also link other mommy related videos that I have done for you down below. I'm gonna do a video on how to increase your breast milk production, what I've done, what has helped me, and I think that will be my next video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned something. Please share with your pregnant friends, your mommy friends. Share with anybody that you think this video will be useful for. Tell them to subscribe to my channel. Let's make this family bigger and better. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.